What's up, folks? This is Sharp Knife coming right back at you with more Slide 2 Band of Thieves. Last time, we went to Egypt to look for the Clockwerk parts, but unfortunately they were stolen by the Claw Gang. Then we went to Paris, France, and the Black Chateau. We did a little sabotage with the satellite. So now we're going to go into the cellar to do some breaking and entering. By the way, I did some grinding by collecting all the coins by defeating enemies. And I was able to loot enemies. Got some bronze, rings, and watches. I'll explain the looting later. Right now, let's go ahead and do some breaking and entering. Oh, and I also collected all the clue bottles throughout Paris. Unfortunately, we don't know where the safe is, so we're gonna have to find it much later. All right, onward to breaking and entering.
Good to see you, little buddy. I guess the way through the wine cellar is guarded by those rats. Bentley thought you might like some help clearing them out.
Sounds like fun. You and me, back to back?
Totally. Outnumbered, fighting impossible odds. It's perfect.
All right, pal. Let's get to it.
Alright, let's go ahead and take out some enemies.
Here, the Murray!
And here comes the Murray. As you can see, Murray is really strong. He's definitely quite the fighter.
Hold on, Sly. Let me lower those bars for you. There you go. To get over this thing, you'll have to double jump. Hit the X button to jump. Then, while in the air, press it again to get some extra air time. Looks like you're on your own from here.
I'm used to it. Thanks for the help.
Anytime, partner.
Murray has changed. He's gone from being a coward to a brawler. Alright, let's avoid the lasers.
In order to get past these lasers, you need to crawl under that table. To do that, get near the table and press the circle button.
We got the return of crawling. As I was saying, these lasers are not like the ones from the first game. I mean, they are, but they're a little different.
Flashlight guards are too tough to fight head on. Crawl under the tables to sneak around him.
We need to avoid the flashlight guards. Now, there are some changes here in Slide 2, but I'll get to it later. And I want to do this a little later, but I think I'll show you right now. This is a new thing in Slide 2. Press the triangle button to do a little uppercut, and press square before that flashlight guard hits the ground. It's called stealth attacks. And stealth attacks can come in handy much later. Actually, stealth attacks can be good for anything.
This air vent leads into Dimitri's nightclub. Hit the circle button to crawl inside.
We need to take some reconnaissance photos.
In order to shut down those yellow lasers, you'll need to take out that guard. Sneak up behind him and press the triangle button to knock it into the air. Then, the square button to slam and finish him off. Got that? The triangle button, then the square button.
I already told him that. Alright, let's get moving. Oops! That's not what I wanted to do. But, close enough. Oh yeah.
Sneak attack slam move only works on guards who haven't seen you. Wait until this guy turns his back, and then let him have it.
Yeah. When you're behind an enemy and hit him, they're gonna be stunned. Alright, now we need to avoid the flashlight guard. And I just got heated by the laser. Typical. Alright, we can't be seen by the flashlight guard. Oh! Darn it, that's not what I wanted to do. But close enough. At least the plan worked. I'm gonna need some coins. Because we need to buy those gadgets from the thief net. Also, if you sell your loot, you'll get a lot of coins.
If you get in a fight with those rats, the sneak attack won't work. It's purely a stealth move.
Yeah, sneak attacks only works when you're in stealth mode. But when you're fighting enemies, it doesn't work on them. Now, to loot enemies, sneak up behind them carefully. Oh! And start taking their coins from their pockets. Alright, let's go ahead and fight these rats. Also, if you hold down the square button, Sly will hold his cane and do a little bit of a fast spin attack. That's also a new thing. Yeah, to loot enemies, sneak up behind them, and keep pressing circle until their pockets are empty.
Aha! Another air vent. Judging by that angle, it should lead to the printing press room.
Alright, let's head to the printing press room. Yeah, they don't have the slide icon when the game's loading.
Jackpot! The heart of Dimitri's operation. Head for those windows and take some reconnaissance photos. Tap the R3 button, click the right analog stick to bring up your binocular. It's already outfitted with a spy cam. Slide, use the right analog stick to zoom in and out on photo targets. Tap the R1 button to take a picture when you've got a good shot.
Let's see. There's the first Claw Gang member, Dimitri. Oh! You want to get in a little closer.
That's our target, Dimitri, professional lounge lizard and international fortune.
Yeah, when you see targets like this, it means you're way too far away. When targets are yellow, it means you're getting a little bit closer. When the target is green, it means you got a good shot.
That generator seems to be powering the security systems down here.
You can take any photos. Doesn't have to be in order. And here's the first Clockwerk part. The tail feathers.
Ingenious. Dimitri's using the Clockwerk tail feathers as printing plates. Given their rare alloy, they'll never wear out. Unlimited forged money. That should do it, Sly. Head back to the safe house and we'll cook up a plan of attack.
And the job is complete. Yeah, the HD collection doesn't have the full screen. Just half. Alright, what's the plan?
The recon photos are a grim reminder of what the modern thief is up against. Spotlights, stepped-up patrols. The sum of it all renders a direct assault impossible. To solve this puzzle, I'm going to need some more intelligence. First, replace this bug painting with one Dimitri has in his office. Once in place, we should be able to listen in on his communications. Second, if you see the boss, tail him. We might learn something from studying his movements. Once we've got a proper understanding of the operation, those Clockwerk tail feathers are as good as ours.
So we need to put an end to the nightclub and steal those tail feathers. Let's go to ThiefNet. As you can see, we have some really nice gadgets. But like I said, you're gonna need to get a lot of coins. There's also some loot that you can also sell for coins. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Nice line. You can bring up your
That is true. Let's see, we got follow Dimitri, bug Dimitri's office. That's pretty much about it. By the way, if you want to look at some of the jobs, press the pause button and go to job help. And it'll tell you what jobs you need to do. You don't have to do all of them in order. But that's what I'm going to do. Follow them in order. Before we get started, you see that their pockets have shiny loot. Well, sneak behind the guard and keep looting their pockets. But don't get too close or you'll be alerted. Also, some enemies will be alerted if you make some loud noises. But they won't detect you unless you get out, as long as you get out of the way. Some items will be either bronze, silver, or gold. Sophie! Hey, no. Alright, now that's taken care of. Let's go ahead and do our first objective. And that will be Bud Dimitri's office. For this, I'm going to be doing 2 missions at a time, depending on how long they are. If they're short, I'll do 1 more. But for now, it's 2 missions.
I managed to outfit this forged painting with a bug. I need you to sneak into Dimitri's office and swap it with the original.
Nice. So we'll be able to listen in on his conversations.
Yes, I thought things might go more smoothly with an ear on the inside. Just be careful with the fine art. Take any damage and the painting's ruined.
Alright, now for this objective, you're going to want to be careful with that painting. If you take any damage, the painting's ruined. Remember, the rooftops are your best friend. Plus, it gives you a really good view. Alright, it's way over there. There's some really good flashlight guards. By the way, these flashlight guards are way too big for you to attack. They only take either 3 or 4 hits. So I recommend just doing a stealth attack on these flashlight guards. Also, if you see guards with shiny loot, go ahead and loot their pockets. Okay, here it is. I guess I could just use that pipe to get up there. Alright, it looks like the super sneaky master thief move has returned as well. Alright, let's go on in.
That's alright. There never was one for the direct approach.
Well, because the indirect approach is way up there through that air vent.
So we need to get up to that air vent. And here we see some janitors sweeping the floors. I recommend not fighting them because they're not really worth it. I mean, you can fight them if you want to, but I think it's best to just ignore them. Because once you defeat them all, I don't think they'll return. I think they'll be away. I think they'll be away forever. I'm not really sure. They also don't have loot in their pockets. So we're going to sneak behind them. Or actually sneak around them. Don't take any damage or the painting's ruined. Because if you take any damage, you're going to fail the job.
Dimitri, coming at you loud and clear. I've got a high five given up to my main men working the disco. Spice sales are when that spice light, and to every home slice down with a special big money making. And nice of jobs that burn like them. Keep full steam ahead with my new Clockwerk printing plates. All of us retire early. You picking up on what I'm throwing down? Finish up.
And there's the man who owns the nightclub, Dimitri. Alright, let's get to that vent. Just make sure you hold down the circle button when you're sneaking behind the ledge. Perfect.
Nice work, Sly. The bug's in position. If you manage to get the original painting back to me in one piece, I can sell it through my internet connection and make us a ton of coin.
Job completed. Alright, let's take this painting back to the safe house and get a lot of cash. Speaking of safe,
It took some higher level math, but I believe the code to Dimitri's vault is 231.
alright. 2, 3, 1. Oh! Wrong one. Wrong button. There we go. Looks like we get a new power-up. The knockout dive.
You've gotten the knockout dive move.
That's also a new thing in Slide 2. With this, you can use it on enemies. It would be really good power-up. To assign it, press the L1, L2, or R2. I'm just go ahead and hit L1. Let's not take any damage, because we want to sell this painting and get a lot of cash. Well, that's one way to sneak around guards.
Avoid getting spotted by the flashlight guards. If you get caught, you can run away by holding down the R1 button.
Yeah, when you're detected by guards and you don't want to fight them, just run away and they'll give up looking for you. Alright, let's get this painting back to the safe house and get a lot of cash. There are other loot besides the guards holding them in their pockets, but I'll get to that like much later episodes. And here's the safe house. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and sell it. Silver watch, 31 coins. Gold painting, 232. That's amazing. We're gonna need 200 more coins to buy them all. Well, I'll just buy one gadget. Alright, now we'll be able to listen to Dimitri with the conversation.
I see some uncool cat chasing around my nightclub samurai.
Yeah, just like that. Alright, well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. So tune in next time as we follow Dimitri. Thank you all for watching. This is Sharp Knife signing off for now. See ya!